to record a backup version just in case the stream gets janky again. All right, and I'm gonna post the video on YouTube. All right, I'll post it up here too. You know what I'm saying? I just want the information to get out here. I don't do it for clout. I don't do it for none of that shit. But sometimes the stream is a little janky. All right, but without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay? Yeah, your eyes do not deceive you. NFL, Jay-Z, and Roc Nation gave $400,000 to Trump-supporting and All Lives Matter organizations. But that's funny. I thought they were trying to influence social change. See, this is why you have to be specific. And this is why I love how Dame Dash addressed this whole thing. He asked, what the fuck is the deal about? What kind of change are they trying to implement? What is the deal? Okay, Jay-Z throws a concert. Okay, he puts a concert together. Oh, they got some merch? Okay, they selling some merch. But what's the deal? How is this going to really affect social change? Is it going to affect it in a positive way, in a negative way? What are they going to do? Do they mean economical social change? What do they mean? What do they really mean? Are they going to give jobs, more jobs to black people in the NFL? Are they going to give jobs to black people in, for media so that they can promote the issues that are in our community? What are they really going to do? What's the NFL really going to do to implement social change? Because honestly, why would the NFL have any interest in promoting social change? Really, think about it. Especially with black folks. Why would the NFL want black people to be prosperous? Why would they want black communities to be prosperous? Think about it. If black communities were prosperous, do you think that there would still be an NFL? Especially when they're over here not giving black people jobs because, or not even that, they're firing black people and then not letting them work for the NFL because of the fact they are advocating for social change. So what did we really expect the NFL to do anyway? You know what I'm saying? And some of you niggas is talking about, oh, well, this is how we infiltrate them from the inside. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Y'all playing that game, huh? Y'all playing that game. Oh, this is a chess move. This is a chess move. Oh, y'all niggas is niggas playing it. Chess move. Oh, it's chess, all right. It's chess. It's the white pieces versus the black pieces. And Jay-Z's the pawn. He's the pawn. Hey, come here. I like this beat right here. I might have to run this back. Hold on. That's that I'm right beat. This that I told you beat. I told you niggas. I thought I told you niggas. Y'all niggas tripping. I told you niggas. But you did not listen. I don't know if you can hear this shit like I can hear this shit. But this shit is banging right now. This shit is banging. Know how to move in a room full of vultures. It's your boy Hove. Fuck out of here, man. The fuck out of here, Jay-Z. We done caught your ass. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because this. All right. You have these charities. You got the Better Boys Foundation and you have the Crushers Club. The founder or the president of the Crushers Club is this woman. Hold on, let me show you who this woman is. Let me show you. Hold on, let me share my screen. I wish I could put this on repeat right now. God damn, this beat is banging. Hold up, I'm gonna run that back. Let me show you who this is though, y'all. In all seriousness, let me show you all who this is, man. I'm gonna get serious right now. Alright. But that beat is banging. Real talk. Might have to do something to that jump. Alright. Oh shit. Every time. Every fucking time. Hey, get down from there, girl. Thank you. Alright. Now peep it. Sally Hazelgrove. Alright. Crushers Club. Now basically, this Crushers Club lady goes around cutting black people's hair or cutting black people's dreads. Black boys, young black boys, dreads. And look what she posted. And another crusher let me cut his dread off. It's symbolic of change and their desire for a better life. My question to Sally Hazelgrove is, how is this symbolic for a better life? What about dreads makes you not have as good a life? White people can't have dreads. Or white people can't have locks. You know what I'm saying? White people can't have locks. So do you understand the white supremacist coding in there is? For a better life, huh? Now, that's not the only suspect thing that she said or done. You go to a couple of tweets, here's another picture right here. Cutting another black boy's dreads off. Thinking it's cute. Okay? But if you go here, it says, we can't wait for next Thursday. We are honored and so blessed to have this light shine on Crushers and be part of Inspired Change. Thank you, Rock Nation and NFL. The future looks bright. So this is basically them celebrating the fact that they're doing that deal. But look what she said back in the day. This was July 8th, 2016. Praying for police victims in Dallas. Let's use this to come together, not to be divided more. All lives matter. United we stand, divided we fall. So we already know what happened in Dallas. There was a brother in Dallas who basically martyred himself. And this was after, police in Louisiana and Jesus, man, there was another police killing that took place after the one in Louisiana, because Alton Sterling got killed, and there was another police killing after that. All right, one of these racialized killings after that. Then the Dallas shooting occurred, where some police were caught in the line of fire and this and that and the third. But that shooting happened in response to the killings that was happening to black people already. She didn't say nothing about those people, but she said something for police. Okay? Alright? So she cares about police, but she don't care about black folks. She cares about white police too, not black police. She cares about white people. She don't care about black folks. So all lives matter. We all know that all lives matter was created to antagonize black people for standing up for something that was right. Because everybody knows that these racialized killings are happening to black society, and nothing's happening to the people who are responsible for the killings. So all we want is people to be, punished for the crimes that they commit, and they're not being punished. Okay. I'm not an advocate for Black Lives Matter, but I understand what the movement was really supposed to be about. Okay, the people who do work for Black Lives Matter, I don't check for them. You know what I'm saying? They're not my leaders. I just don't vouch for Black Lives Matter as an organization. All right. I mean, can you point out to who is the leader of Black Lives Matter? Can you? And when people say Black Lives Matter, they really are talking about all black people. It's code for all black people. When white people mention Black Lives Matter, when the dominant society mentions Black Lives Matter, they're actually by default speaking on all black people collectively. All right? And you have to understand that. That's just white supremacist coding. Now, there's another post she put out. Thank you for constantly speaking out. And this was August 5th, 2018. Thank you for constantly speaking out for Chicago and those of us working against gang violence. We need Trump to help us. Sad to say, we need a curfew while we address our current crisis of gun violence, and we need prayers always. Wait, you have a crisis of gun violence, but you don't have a crisis of white supremacy? Wait a minute. If I go here, it says right here, Video Railroad Company, which is ain't no company, is police. All right, so I don't even want to say that. Let's go. I don't even want to read this, the beginning of this headline. But the police put Nike bait truck in Chicago neighborhood, and then they apologized about it. Okay, so in the headline it says a railroad company, but in the actual article it says Southern Railway Police, Norfolk Southern Railway Police. All right, a truck loaded with Nike Air Force One sneakers and Christian Louboutin shoes, I think that's how you say it, I don't know what the fuck those are, turned up in the Inglewood neighborhood of Chicago last week. It was a bait truck parked by Norfolk Southern Railway Police with assistance from Chicago Police to it was a parked by Norfolk Southern Railway Police with assistance from Chicago Police. Okay, so two different police forces came together, right? Two districts of police came together to lure thieves to their arrest. The truck traveled to more than one site in the predominantly black community on the city's southwest side. Police arrested 3 people during the sting, which was intended to curb cargo theft in the area, according to Norfolk Southern. Now, I'm not going to go through the rest of this because that should already make you want to fucking throw up, okay? The fact that these people have enough resources and money to purchase whole truckloads of shoes, all right, of gear, to lure black people into stealing them says a lot about Chicago and a lot about the Norfolk Southern Railway Police Department. It says a lot about y'all police departments out there. It says a lot about, how you integrate with black people out there. It says a lot about how segregated you are too, because obviously, you're still segregated. How could you possibly pull that off if everybody was united and living together? You're already divided. So I don't know what this woman is talking about. United we stand, divided we fall. You're already divided. Chicago is segregated. Okay? Chicago is segregated. All right? This is just indicative of that, because they parked in a black neighborhood. You can't have a white neighborhood without a black neighborhood. So Chicago is already segregated. Okay? You didn't speak out against this, Sally Hazelgrove. And then another thing, you have these police shootings that are, I say police shootings or white supremacist shootings because the media won't say so. The reason why they won't say so, of course, obviously, the media is in on it too. You know, because he got these mass shootings that's going on in Chicago. A lot of people are getting shot. A lot of black people are getting shot. And they put these stories out as if black people are just going around mass shooting everybody, when that's not the case. Just because these shootings are happening in black neighborhoods doesn't mean black people are responsible. All right? And the reason why, black people ain't responsible, because ain't nobody going to jail for it. Ain't nobody being, there's no suspects. They don't have no suspects. So you see headlines about mass shootings in Chicago, but they don't have no suspect to put in the headline. You already know that these people are in on it. You already know the police is most likely in on it as well. I mean, you can't just not acknowledge that, you know, all law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacist organizations. That's all branches of government, and that's in every single state. Every single state, from the top down. All right? So you can't just not acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge that. You also have to acknowledge that, hey, if there are no suspects for these major crimes that are going on, you have to acknowledge that they may be done by white supremacists within law enforcement. This is why they don't have no leads or anything. Have you heard of the lead on any suspects for the mass shootings in Chicago? No, you haven't. You won't hear anything about Chicago until another shooting goes down by, an unknown suspect. You feel me? And then 37, 40 people get shot in the black community. And then you sitting here thinking that it's other black people or it's gang violence, when it ain't gangs or it ain't black people. Because honestly, truth be told, black people just really ain't committing crimes like that. Nowadays, man, black people ain't really committing crimes like that. Black people are trying to get their paper, but they're not really committing crimes like that, for real, for real. Crime is down in black communities all across the board, all across the nation. You feel me? We got a whole lot to worry about right here. You got black people everywhere trying to own their own businesses. I've literally seen it, like with Zoe Williams. If you ever paid attention to Zoe Williams, if you know who Zoe Williams is, he does a radio show. He promotes black businesses for free. You know how many black businesses call up there and promote for their businesses? And it's crazy. It'd be like a whole hour straight of black people calling in saying, yeah, I got a new business. I just opened up the first dollar store in Nashville. Shit like that. I mean, this crazy. Black people are using their talents, and they're like, hey, we're going to be entrepreneurs. We're trying to build some wealth. And you got black people advocating for reparations out here. You got, we created the ADOS movement. We're out here putting pressure on these Democrats. We're making Democrats run away from the subject of reparations. I can literally pull up a video right now Antonio Moore posted where Democrats are running away from the subject of reparations. You feel me? So black people are trying to do the right thing and fighting for justice, and we're not taking to the streets when we know damn well that's most likely what we're going to have to do, because the dominant society is not going to work with us to bring real equality. You got black people who have taken the step to be equal. They have taken the step for justice, and they've taken the step towards equality, and the dominant society are trying to ignore us. You also have the Byron Allen case that's going on right now, and with Donald Trump teaming up with the DOJ. All right, Donald Trump teaming up with the DOJ. Now peek this. Let me go to that one to remind y'all. You got Donald Trump, DOJ, and Comcast teaming up all together. And understand, Donald Trump, Comcast is throwing all kinds of shade. Comcast is throwing all kinds of shade to Donald Trump, but now they're working with Donald Trump in order to gut a law that was made specifically to empower black people economically, specifically. And this was a law that was made after slavery to give us economic inclusion, because they knew that since we're going to be U.S. citizens, we need economic inclusion. We need a law that forbids white people from practicing racial discrimination against black people by not contracting with them. All right? So this case that Byron Allen is doing with against Comcast and the DOJ and Donald Trump right now, he's using the slave law from the Reconstruction era, the first law. It's 2019. And not only that, you had niggas like Al Sharpton who was in on it, who did a deal, signed a memorandum of understanding along with a couple other black folks, a black coon ass niggas who sold us out. Basically, they said they was going to do it, something like Jay-Z is doing with the NFL, right? But they didn't allocate any money to black-owned media corporations. So that's why, you know, you see all these negative images of black people on TV. It's because, you know, black-owned media corporations or black-owned media companies are getting any money to actually put out positive images of black people, period. All right, so we got white people in control of how black people look on TV, how we're seen on TV and everything. It's like, really, y'all sat here and said, oh, we want to do something for black society. Who's the one black guy that we're going to have speak for black society? Oh, let's get Al Sharpton. That's racist just even thinking that. All right, and this is the shit that Comcast has done. This is the shit that Comcast has done, and this is the shit that the fucking NAACP, Urban League, you know, all these black organizations that aren't really black and they're owned by white people. They're basically controlled oppositions, just like Black Lives Matter is. You know what I'm saying? You got these controlled opposition, black ran organizations doing the bidding for these white supremacists, throwing black people under the bus just so that they can get paid on an individual scale. But collectively, we're still in the same position. That's why we haven't went anywhere after slavery and after Jim Crow and after the civil rights movement. That's why we didn't go anywhere. We didn't have any economic inclusion. And we had black people, you know, like Jay-Z and Al Sharpton and all these other coons, basically, you know, paraded in front of us as if everything was all cool, but it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And now that everybody's waking up and seeing what's going down because of social media, we're able to oust these people. Now, the crazy thing about social media was able to go to vet out Sally Hazelgrove in less than 24 hours. How the fuck did Rock Nation and Jay-Z not know? How did Rock Nation not know that Sally Hazelgrove was a suspected white supremacist? How did they not know? How did they not know she was a Trump supporter? And then, meanwhile, you got Jay-Z and Beyonce in formation, piggybacking off Colin Kaepernick's movement, right, for social change. They were in formation, holding up Black Fist and everything, talking about Black Lives Matter, which is clearly in opposition of All Lives Matter. And then you just went ahead and gave this nonprofit organization $400,000, which completely they're going to profit off of this. Sally, you don't think Sally Hazelgrove is profiting off of this shit? Come on, she's a suspected white supremacist. Okay, she's a suspected white supremacist. We don't expect her to do anything that's going to benefit black society. It's kind of like the same thing with you know, they have those advertisements where they're talking about they're in Africa and they need to feed starving children in Africa. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do anything for those children in Africa. They're not going to do anything to change the economic diaspora of what's going on in Africa. The reason why they're starving in Africa is because of white supremacy. It's because of the colonization of Africa. Let's talk about it. So, you know, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, they're going to have to explain what is it about Sally Hazelgrove that they seen was, you know, something to. What was it about her that they seen that it was something to work with? What is it about her that they saw that, okay, she's going to bring social change? But if you look at Sally Hazelgrove's ideologies and the way she moves and the way she thinks, it aligns with the NFL. The NFL, this is perfect for Sally Hazelgrove. This seems like this is an NFL move, and Jay-Z is just, you know, going along for the ride. Now, they gave $400,000 to these organizations. They gave $400,000 to these nonprofit organizations who are also sponsored by the Chicago Cubs, Jewish Foundation, and Nike. They got all these sponsors. Rock Nation said they vetted these companies. And if they vetted these companies, they should have been prepared for this. They should have known everything about Sally Hazel Grove. So my question is, what was it about Sally Hazel Grove that Jay-Z and Rock Nation looked at as, man, we can use her for social change, and this is going to benefit black society? I told you, this whole thing was about the NFL silencing the matter. It wasn't about bringing social change, it was about bringing silence to it. Silence to the ruckus. Shut them niggas up. How much do them niggas to shut the fuck up? 400,000? Let's do 400,000. Let's just throw 400,000. That cool for them? Yeah, 400,000 pretty cool. But we can't give it to actual black companies. Let's just give it to a white nonprofit organization. Let's give it to Sally Hazel Grove. I like her. Yeah, I like her too. I mean, this is right up the NFL's alley. This is right up the NFL's alley, man. For real. So, you know, I want to know who wants to defend Jay-Z now. Who wants to defend Jay-Z? Who's up for it? Does anybody want to step right up? Step right up and defend your boy. Step right up and defend your boy. Alright? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay? Now that's pretty much all I got to say about this. Alright? That's all I got to say. I believe I put out enough information for you to go do some research on your own. And for you to make up your own mind. Alright? If you want social change, hold people accountable for white supremacy. And shit will start changing. Believe that shit. They practice white supremacy? Cool. Put their names to it. Identify what looks like what appears to be white supremacy or acts of white supremacy and put their names right beside it. And hold them accountable. So they do some racist shit? Okay, cool. That's you. Do your thing. I can't control what you do. But whatever you do, if it's going to harm me and my people, I got to hold you accountable. So if I got to drag your name in the mud because that's what you did, you're doing muddy shit. You in murky waters. You tracking your feet all up in the mud. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to bring it all up in our house, nigga. Alright? We're going to address the matter. We're going to address your name, and you're going to be affiliated, and your name is going to be synonymous with white supremacy. Let's see how comfortable you are with that. With black society holding you accountable. And that's it. You'll see change. You'll see change real quick. You feel me? I'm interested to see what Jay-Z's going to say now. How he's going to nigga explain his way out of this one. You feel me? Because I see it coming. I see it coming. He went from, you know, he stole the deal from JD. He piggybacked Colin Kaepernick's movement, took it a whole other direction. Then the footage came out with him blaming single black families, single parents, or basically broken families. He used the white supremacist talking point, the same talking point that they use on Fox News. Same white supremacist talking point, talking about blacks that come from single parent families are the reason why we're getting killed by police. It's not systemic white supremacy. It's not because you know, these cops are out here, or these race soldiers out here pretending to be cops, or out here violating our constitutional rights and not being punished for it. It's not that. Oh, it's single black families, single black households, broken families. It's a symptom of a problem. It's not the issue. It's not the root of the issue. It's the symptom of the issue, but not the root of the issue. That's what it is, Jay-Z, huh? But like I said, who expected Jay-Z to really do anything? Like, he didn't finish high school. He sold crack to the black community. I'm not knocking his hustle. I'm not knocking his hustle. He made it out the hood. He did something positive for himself. That's cool. But when it comes to doing something for black society and claiming that you want to do something for black society, we got to hold you accountable now. We have to hold you accountable. We can't take any more Al Sharpton saying that you're going to do one thing and then do a whole opposite. And next thing you know, these niggas got a whole lot of paper. Well, not even a whole lot of paper, really. These niggas got a little bag. They got a little bag and they living comfortable, but the rest of black society is in poverty. And there's no progress. There hasn't been any progress. As a matter of fact, they expect the wealth of black society to go to zero by 2053, even though our numbers are expected to increase. Our population numbers are expected to increase so much more than the dominant societies at this point in time. And the dominant society will be reduced to the minority by 2045. But yet, even though they're going to be reduced to minority by 2045, by 2053, shortly after that, not even a decade later, black people will be at zero wealth, meaning we don't have no wealth. Wealth is the accumulation of assets. Assets is anything that has value. Do you understand what that means? That means land, property, businesses, equipment, resources. We will have zero resources of this nation by 2053. How is that possible if white supremacy is not making it possible? Okay, that's all I got to say about this. Let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, share it. I hope the stream ain't janky. Like I said, I'm going to post the playback of this because I can already tell that this stream is a little janky, and it may be because of the subject matter of what I'm talking about. Who knows? But nevertheless, I'm going to post the playback on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Orion's Enterprise. Orion's Enterprise. ORION''S Enterprise. All right, and you'll see my videos up there. You dig? And yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know what y'all think about Jay-Z. All right, and let me go ahead and put the headline back up. Let me know what you think about Jay-Z, NFL, Rock Nation giving $400,000 to Trump supporting and All Lives Matter organizations. Do you think this is going to bring social change? Do you think this is attacking social injustice? Y'all let me know. It's your boy 100, man. I'm out. Peace.